live chat uh, from a remote village, uh, desert village in the our country is called Kenya. We are in East Africa. Uh, we border Uganda, Tanzania. Desert village is 300 kilometers north of Nairobi. That's where we are located in. So we are taking this advantage and opportunity uh, to welcome you to our live chat. Of course, we start by thanking all our fans across the world, starting from the local fans uh, in Kenya, in the continent of Africa, and across the world, right from Asia, countries like India, countries like what do we call them? Pakistan, Japan, Korea, Burma. We thank you so much. People from Europe, Australia, America, Caribbean, South America. We really appreciate you for being with us. Desert Village, as we always say, we are where the equator line passes through. This is where the northern and southern hemisphere meet. We are in this village. It's a bush area full of national parks. Parks are so many around the village. That's where the desert channel explorers we are based at. It's 3:32 a.m. In the local time, Green Meridian time. That's where we are. So, welcome. Night. Welcome so much to Desert Channel Explorers Live Chat. We are in a country called Kenya in East Africa. This is where the father of Barack Obama came from. But the desert village is very far from capitals. Oh, excuse me. We are 300 kilometers north of Nairobi. We love to explore about the desert lives, about the desert villages across the world. Kenya is in East Africa. We border Uganda and Tanzania. But our desert village is 300 kilometers north of Nairobi. We are where the equator line passes through, where northern and southern hemisphere meet. That's where the desert village is. We are between Mount Kenya and Aberdare Ridges. So welcome so much wherever you're watching us. We are in Kenya, in East Africa. It was very hot during the day. That's one of the characteristics of a desert, and very cold during the night. Right now it's around 3:34 a.m. in East Africa, especially in our country called Kenya. Our main aim about the desert village, we love to highlight the social life about how people live in the desert, and we hope one day we'll go across the world so that at least people can have an idea about how we live in the desert village. So welcome so much and feel so much appreciated wherever you are watching us from. If you are new to our channel, you are very much welcome. Kindly feel at home. Join us. We love to engage with the people across the world who share ideas, culture. We also show people places that they might never see. Buddy CRA says, Tim Bolt, welcome so much. What does word Tim Bolt mean? Welcome so much, sir. Feel at home. And if you are new to us, thank you for joining us. And kindly remember to subscribe for us. Desert Channel Explorers is a channel. It's less than 1 year old, but we are moving forward. We want to show people more about the deserts, villages, desert lands, how people live, things like that. Welcome so much, Thomas Smith. I'm not Usain Bolt. Some people confuse me with Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt is from Jamaica, but myself, I'm from a country called Kenya in East Africa, the country that if you have ever heard of Eliud Kipchoge, he comes from this country. The father of Barack Obama, the 44th president, came from this country. It's called Kenya. We're in East Africa. Search East Africa in your Google, and you're going to find us. We are right there. So Kenya is a beautiful country. We have a lot of wildlife. We have a lot of in the south of Kenya. We touch Indian Ocean on the southern side. So you know Thomas Smith. So you know Kenya. You have ever heard of Kenya? Wow. You are very much welcome. When you have time, you can come and experience the life in Kenya. Actually, in Kenya, we also have one of the wonders of the world, the migration of the wild beast. Wow. South Africa, from Kenya to South Africa, I think it's around 4 hours flight from Kenya to Johannesburg or St. Elizabeth or Cape Town. South Africa is a bit far, although not that much far, 4 hours flight. So where are you watching us from? You ever been in South Africa? And you, where are you watching us from? Thomas Smith, people I don't know why people confuse me. Not only you, people confuse me with Usain Bolt. Wow, how is UK? In fact, UK, I think you remember, if you have read the history, before the late Queen Elizabeth became a queen, she was right here on a holiday when she received the call, and she was very happy. You are freezing. Wow. I'm sorry for that. Here in the desert village, we are scorching in the sun. It's very hot, temperature 35, but right now it's at night. And during the night, it's very, very cold. So Thomas from UK, welcome so much. Kenya was a British colony and we got independent in 1963. So yeah, I think we are the part of the Commonwealth. We had independent in 1963. We are the part of the Commonwealth. And you have so many things that we do. Even you have immediate, excuse me, your immediate Prime Minister, Sunak, his parents were from Kenya. Sunak, your immediate Prime Minister, was from here. People in Kenya watch Premier League. They are very good fans of the teams in UK. And one of the largest tourism or tourists, they come from your country. So UK, by the way, even in here in the desert village, we have a British army. It's called a British Army Training Unit of Kenya. It's called Batuk. They have a base near this village. And I told you, here is where the equator line passes through. This is where the southern and northern hemisphere meet. If you can Google, you can check and see where the southern and northern hemisphere meet. It's right here in the village. Uh, yeah, and also, by the way, the only two northern remaining rhinos, the only two northern white remaining rhinos are just here in the village. We border the park. It's called Orpegeta Wildlife Conservancy. There was even a male northern white rhino, but it died 2018. It was called Sudan. But now there are only two remaining. I think one is Fatu, the other one is named Najin. They are just across here. So you are very much welcome. I don't know why you have never visited Kenya. Experience things that you'd never experience in your life. You can, when you have time, Thomas Smith, you can come and visit Kenya. Come do the mount climbing. In Mount Kenya, they do have the mount climbing. We also, by the way, we also have Thompson Falls. My favorite, I'm a simple man from the village, but let me talk about personally. If I think I go to maybe Mombasa, so that I can see a large volume of water. You know, in the desert village, we just have two rivers, and they are distant apart. So maybe Mombasa, I can go to Mombasa maybe. Somewhere with big volume of water. You know, in the desert village, it's very quite dry here. But we have just two rivers around. One river is called the River Wasonyiro. We do Mount Kenya. Just Google, search. We're in the middle of Mount Kenya and Aberdare Ridges. They are just here. We also have a lake in Kenya. Lake Victoria is in Kenya, although, you know, the Lake Victoria is shared by Tanzania and Uganda, one of the largest lakes in the world. In the southern side of Kenya, we have Kenya touches Indian Ocean, and we have a lot of beach there. We have wildlife, Masai Mara, right in our republic. Kenya is very interesting, so much. I think you have no idea about how Kenya is. Many tourists flock in the country, even to see one of the wonders of the world, wild beast migration. We also have Masai Mara in Kenya. Mara is a river. Ma means a tribe. Masai is a tribe of Kenya, one of the pastoralist tribes. You know, in Kenya is different way. It has a side of the pastoralist, parts where there are farmers, and all kind of the people in the world. No, I've never visited any country. For one, where we are like in the central region. The people who just visit other countries are the people in the border, but we are in the center of Kenya. We are in the central part of Kenya, or northern. We are where the equator. Just check. We are in the equator line, and you know we are simple people from the village. You know where we live. We have no malls. We have no electricity. We have no, what do you call them? The basic necessities don't exist around here. So it would be very much expensive for you to travel outside. But at least now, you can Google. I loved geography right from my young age. Kenya is very, very safe. I can assure you that. I wish you had my number or WhatsApp. I will give you my WhatsApp number so that you can communicate. I've sent you videos of tourists coming to Kenya, how happy they are, watching the park. So you can write down my WhatsApp number in case if you wish to communicate with me, to ask anything, to inquire about anything. I am here because I am Desert Channel Explorer. My WhatsApp number is +254 722 672 723. plus 254 is the code of Kenya, 7222672 723. That's my code. In case you wish to inquire about Kenya, you can ask me. I'll show you. Kenya is very good, very safe country. And if you want to know the Kenya is safe, even when Barack Obama was a president, he came to Kenya as a president of the United States, a very safe country. It's known. People have, by the way, people of Kenya are very hospitable. They love people. I wish you can see videos about when tourists are coming in Kenya. They flock in huge numbers. I have never, Thomas Smith, I have never even seen inside a plane. I'm a simple man from the village, but I would wish to come to United Kingdom. Though I understand it's quite hard to get they have a lot of restrictions, which are good, which I believe they are good. But they are good people. Yeah, even from Kenya, many people live in UK. I told you, your immediate Prime Minister, Sunak, his parents were also from this country. And I think they still live in this country. We have a lot of students that go to study in the UK, to work. Kenya and UK, they share so many things in common. Business-wise, so many things. Even we have the embassy of UK in our country. So I think UK, they are like brothers to Kenya. That is what I can tell you. And it is 9 hours flight, I think, from UK to Kenya. 9 hours flight. I think you can just, maybe from Heathrow, it's just a direct flight straight to Nairobi. Just 9 hours flight. And you're in Jomo Kenyatta. Here in the village, the normal lives of the people here in the village, we keep goats, sheep. We also farm, but you know, the weather is so dry, so it depends with the weather. So when rains are very rare, very, very rare. So things just dry. Yeah. And you also keep some sheep, some goats, and you get the little milk you get. That's how we survive in the village. It's a simple life in the village. You know, we are in where the equator line, where the sun passes through. So it is very hot during the day and very cold during the night. But people still survive. Even cars to find here, it's very rare. Cars, the vehicles. Even some people use donkeys as means of transportation. You can watch my videos. I have some videos in English, others in our local language. We also have Swahili, the common language in East Africa. Very nice place to be, East Africa. You know, Swahili, we have Swahili, Mr. Thomas. Swahili is used in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, parts of Rwanda. It is used in Burundi, parts of DRC. So you have you rotate according to the weather. Here is almost in a year almost 24/7, 12 hours hot, during the night very cold. The soil is black soil. You know, the area that we are, originally it was occupied by pastoralists, like Maasai. You know, I know you have heard of tribe called Maasai. They are originally here. Even things are named, towns are named after their name. So that's how we survive the village. But one advantage about the village, the major diseases like cancer, what, they are very rare around. So in Africa, desert village, we are almost heading, in the south of Ethiopia, south of Addis Ababa. So as you move from south of Kenya heading to the north, it's very hot. The hotter it gets, but we are used to the atmosphere. And kindly, if you are new joining us, kindly remember to subscribe to our channel, Desert Channel Explorers. We reached 1K subscribers around 2 weeks ago. And we believe moving on, expanding our channel, growing, and reaching as many people as possible, and exploring the deserts. Because even in the desert, people live there. So welcome so much once again to our channel. We wish one day that we'll visit the biggest deserts in the world. For we know out of desert there comes good things. In fact, we came to understand the largest oil producers in the world, they are deserts, countries without rivers. I'll show you, people live simple lives via communication, they use, I have a phone, biggest number, they use this kind of phones, no cybers, few people will have an access to internet, like people walk, like to fetch water, people just walk to fetch water, people use batteries, they use the radios. I have a radio here. I'll give you an example, like the radios people mostly use in the village. I'll show you what most of the people in the village, you see, this is a radio. This is a type of the radio they use. You can see here, it has some, I don't know whether you can see clearly. It has an alarm, that's why they love it. Number two, the radio has an area. You see, it has an area. This one, this is an antenna here. So just put it like this. You can put it to the antenna, and it uses the battery. Let me show you a kind of the radio uses these batteries. And when these kind of batteries expire, they put them in the top of the roofs. So when they get heated, they extend their duration. That's how people survive in the village. They get news, not like the UK that you just go to the internet. You see, it has an area here. I think this one is broken, but you can just put it up there. You see, it has some adapter. You see, some adapter, but this adapter is useless because there's no electricity. So no threat about its existence. That's how people live in the village. Mr. Smith, you can just, I wish I knew you, you could have come to Kenya. I understand now maybe there's a lot of snows around Europe and America. By the way, you can find a lot of tourists come in Kenya so much, or in Africa. I think they have been running away from snow. Right now, they just flock, come and sunbathe until the winter ends. We have come to know that we don't complain about things. If your country is so cold, thank God for it. Some people need that cold. If you come to Kenya, we don't complain. We appreciate God, even though desert village is hot. We are used to that, living to that. He are used adapting the weather. But you know, Americans, Europeans, other countries, rich countries, at least they afford to run away from the weather. But here in Africa, we stand strong. If it's hot, we got scorched by sun. That's the way we live in the village. So I hope one day you come to Kenya, visit this country. And even if you visit Kenya, you'll see the hotel that Queen Elizabeth was before she received a call and she left for the Britain and to become a queen. A very historical moment that's very highly appreciated and valued in our country. I hope, Ms. Thomas Smith, you have subscribed to our channel. I hope you have given us a subscription. You know, if you come, you love mountain, you love Mount climbing so much, even Mount Kenya, you can just Google in your Google. We have Mount climbing in Kenya, near the desert village. You can just come and climb the mountains, the Mount Kenya, 5,199 meters above sea level. I think it's not that much big. 5,199 feet. Very cold inside that mountain. But we have guards, people who can guide you up to the level that you are wanted to go and reach. Yeah, I think we also have other mountains, but they are not that famous. No, it doesn't get too hot. It's just normal weather. You know, it's like 33, 34, sometimes 28. It can even come down to 28. But average 33, 34, around there. It's not that hot. It's not that. And some parts of Kenya are cold. It's a good and a good weather. Let me say that. A medium weather. Somewhere you can enjoy. Yeah. Kenya is good. No. If you know, I'm telling you, UK, Kenya, the UK tourists form the largest number of tourists in Kenya. I think they love the country so much. They come in huge numbers. Huge numbers. So I think it's a good climate for them. They love it. I can assure you that. You try to just putting something right well there. So that's if you see somewhere British flowing, for one, is good for security. Number two, they are happy with that country. That's how we are now, Mr. Thomas. Do you have any other question that you can ask? Ask any other question about Kenya that you want to know. Like the favorite. Wow. 25. I've never experienced that experience of 10 to 25 degrees. It must be very cold. Very cold. Very cold. Hope you are seeing me clearly. Kenya, I think it has never reached that an extent. 10 to 25 degrees must be very cold in your country. Here is very hot. Not that hot, but it's quite not that hot. It's a weather that you can adapt. I told you even here we have a British Army training unit right here, almost next to the village, not far from the village. So they are very comfortable. If you see somewhere the British Army are building a base, it's called Batuk. It's must be a good weather. If you see British somewhere, it's somewhere where Mr. Thomas can come and enjoy. That one, I'm very sure of that. You can Google about British Army training unit in Kenya. We are around that village, very near to them. You know, they have bigger planes and everything. You know, I understand they did many things. They colonized us. They mistreated our forefathers. But personally, I forgive them. What they did, personally, I forgive them. I have no issue with that. You know, we don't only look at the negative things that happened. We also look at the positive things that happened. Like we learned your language. If they never came, be sure we could not be communicating with you. They also have done so many things. They have built schools, hospitals. So the past is bygone, Mr. Thomas. I have no personal thing with them. I'm very much okay. You know, sometimes they wanted to be some people wanted to be compensated. The case came to the UK. I don't know what results what they had to be, but to me, I forgive them. I truly forgive them, and life must continue. You don't have to carry people around. They did what they did. Like there was sometimes they left bombs around. There's a time around here, the village, not very far from the village. They came, they did experiment, the military experiments, and they left explosives in the ground. And as we speak, so many people around, they have no legs, others have no hands, because they could go, even kids, they could go to graze, and the bombs could explode them. They left them behind so long time ago. I think that during the World War II. But now we can feel the impact. That one hurts. Seeing things like that happen in the village. There is also, you know, people have around, you know, we had the British Army. They met girls around. They bore kids with the UK, with the British. And the kids, we have kids speaking the local language, but they are British. You can see the hair, but they talk the local language. But we call white men here in Kenya a mzungu. You can see a kid is a mzungu, but he does not know English because a mixture of British and Kenyan girls. So that's the impact they left behind. But all in all, what we do, we just forgive them and we move on with life. So kindly, where you are, if you are new to us, welcome so much to our channel. Feel at home. We are in Kenya, in East Africa. We border Uganda and Tanzania. Kindly remember to subscribe for us as we engage, as we talk, a friendly talk. We share ideas from the village. So welcome so much. You know, here in the village, we wake up at 4 or 5. And you can imagine right now, it's 4 a.m., 4 minutes past 4. We wake up very early to milk goats, to milk kettles, so that the remaining milk, they can be collected with the motorbikes to be taken to the dairies. Those dairies are very far away. The nearest commercial town is called Nanyuki, very far away from the village. So the people take them to those commercial centers. They wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning. So that's why you see people waking up very early in the village. And the village also has hyenas. Sometimes they roam around during the night, feeding the goats of the people. Uh, Things like that. The animals. We're in the village district, but in Kenya we call them counties. Uh, Hyenas are very dangerous, especially if they are many. They sneak out of the park sometimes. They are like dogs. The way they look like dogs. They come, they feed on goats, sheep, and then disappear. They go back to the park. I don't know where they sneak. There's a river that comes across the park. So they just go down where the river enters the park and they come to the village. They chase person laughing. They feel like they are laughing. They chase us around. I wish here in Africa there is a sword that we carry, and just in case you meet them, you carry a weapon. Even Maasai carry a sword. It's a culture way of security in case you meet them. And a torch. They fear torch so much. If you just have a torch, they don't have the right light in the middle of the night. But one of the best thing about the hyenas, once you have a torch, they get scared. The only thing that we fear around lions, though they have been caged, you cannot come around to disturb people. We have zebras around. I'm not very much scared. We are used to live in this kind of the village. We are not much scared. We are not. We are much okay. We are much okay. We have seen elephants. We have seen everything. We don't have guns. We don't. Guns are illegal in Kenya. But there are some tribes very far away. I don't know where they buy. They buy illegal guns from countries. Just come to steal cattle. We don't have crime in the village. The only things that are some pastoralist tribe, by their culture, they believe all livestock belong to them. That is what they believe. So they say they don't come to steal. They come to take away their livestock. They cannot enter your house. They cannot steal your gadgets. They don't understand about them. Yeah. They only steal the livestock. They cannot steal your phone. They have no use for it. They cannot steal if you have a television. They cannot steal them. They only steal. So when you resist, that's why when they shoot you. But if you don't resist, you just take away your livestock and disappear. Because they believe livestock belong to them. It's a life in the village. We don't have those guns. If you're caught, thank you so much, Smith. I do speak. We try our level best. I love to research. Though I'm not a researcher, I love reading the books. Right from a young age, I used to read books. My late father used to, when he read a newspaper, he used to hand it over to me. So I learned geography. I learned about countries. So many things I came to learn. That's why you are seeing me. Maybe I'm very much aware about countries. I'm aware about so many things across the world. You also used to have that small and black and white TV where you could watch movies, watch the episodes. I remember there was when I was young, there was a certain program from the UK. It was Them. It was called Them. Is it Thems or is it how do you pronounce that name? THAMES. I read the books about the UK, other countries, Denmark, like that. I do, and I'll tell you that story. It's a long story, so that one I'll tell you. Definitely, though not now, but I'll let you know what happened. It's a long, emotional story. So in Africa, Yorkshire. I understand there is a place called New Hampshire, Yorkshire, and I think you share the same names with United States. Yorkshire. Is it in? By the way, can you explain to me? Some people keep on asking. They don't understand. There's a Great Britain, right? There is United Kingdom. There's Scotland, England, Ireland. How do they read it? I've never really understood. Are they under the King Charles? By the way, my name is Charles, just like Charles. Are they under the same kingdom? Do they pay taxes to the UK government like Scotland? People of the Belfast. Exactly. People in Kenya don't understand how they relate. You go to Glasgow, you go to Belfast, London. People don't really understand. They have never. Oh, now I understand. Now I understand. They don't. Do they use the same currency as the pound? Do they use the same currency? That's what we don't understand around here in the village. Whether they use the same currency things. You know why I'm keeping on going around like this? I had an accident with a motorbike, so my leg. I have to stretch my leg. That's why you are seeing me moving around. I need to stretch my knee. Oh, now I understand. But your currency is very much like in Kenya. I think 1 pound is equivalent either euro or pound. 1 pound or a euro is around 150 Kenya shilling. We use shillings in Kenya. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. We use shilling, but it's not the same. But the same name. But Tanzania has a shilling, Uganda the same, in Kenya, but it's not the same currency. If you come here with 10 pounds, it's a lot of money in Kenya, a lot of money. Multiply 10 pounds with 150. It's almost 1,500 to 2,000 Kenya shilling. The currency, your currency is very strong. I think it's stronger than even the dollar. I'm saying euro and pound is stronger than dollar in our country. The value is very high of your currency and the euros. I think we got that idea from you. Maybe it has changed the rates, but I don't remember when I checked. But in our country, it was, if it has not changed. The pound was stronger than the dollar, something that I never came to understand why. Very, very strong. Very strong. Yeah, there is Egyptians use pound. Even Sudan. But you have two Sudan. You have the Sudan is now two countries. So it's one. There's Sudan and Southern Sudan. They also use pound. Egyptian do. I think do I remember another country? I don't, because South Africa, South Africa use rand. Kenya use shilling. Zambia they use kwacha. I don't know. I don't remember some of the countries. They have a different type of currencies that they use. Ethiopia, I think Ethiopia use dirham. It's called dirham. I think DIRHAM. Yeah, they do. We also have Zimbabwean dollar around, but the Zimbabwean dollar is so valueless. Zimbabwe, where the Robert Mugabe was the president, they also use the dollar, but so I think $1 you might you almost find it like it's 10,000 or 1 million Zimbabwean dollars. So valueless in the world. Some even Somalia. You have heard of Somalia? Because of war, the Somali currency became useless, valueless. So I think they now use dollars, if I'm not wrong. The Somali, the Mogadishu, they use the the dollar. That's what they do. There are so many countries in Africa. Now my leg keep on straining. I keep straining my leg. I think people are still coming in. Let me stay well so that you can see me. I'm trying to stretch my leg, but I had an accident in sometime back. 1 pound. Wow, you see, it's a lot of money. 162. Just compare with the dollar. Compare with the dollar and you see the difference. Check for me the exchange rate of the pound Kenyan shilling to $1. I think 130, 129 around there. You can also check compare pound and a dollar. I think the difference might almost be the same, if I'm not wrong. If you are joining us, welcome to Desert Channel. You are very much welcome from a remote village, a desert village, northern of Kenya. Exactly. You see, I told you, Mr. Smith. Exactly. 10 pounds in Kenya is a lot of money. Just multiply by 162. It's a lot of money. 100 pounds, I think you can come and spend your holiday here, Thomas. It will be so much money. If you come with 100 pounds, it will take you for days. And you really enjoy. Once you come with Kenya with money, 1,000 pounds, a lot of money. That's a lot of money, Mr. Thomas. That's a lot of money in Kenya. So, I don't know. It's a lot of money, I can tell you. That's almost a salary of a chief executive officer in Kenya. A lot of money. I don't even want to count it. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. With that money in Kenya, you can build houses. You can buy lands. A lot of money. You can invest. You can even invest in Kenya. If you have that currency, you can invest in Kenya, and you have so many things that you never regret about. If you invest that currency in Kenya, I'm telling you, you do so many things. If you're an investor, if you are a businessman, that thing can do you a lot. You can invest in Kenya or in UK, and you'll be getting the returns. I can promise you that. You can choose what to do in Kenya, and believe me, that money will do so much for you. Yeah, that's how it goes. The countries with money, the more expensive it is. Like here in the village, our country is not that rich. The village is not to that standard. no money circulation that much. Life is cheaper, but no money around. That's how it balances. Even in Kenya, if you move to town, the expensive the life it becomes. You have to pay for electricity. In the desert village, you have no electricity, but you have no industries. That's the disadvantage. In towns, it's very normal. In the village, in the different countries, very, very normal. That one, I agree with you, Thomas. But life in Kenya is very simple. With that money, you can invest in the country. You will become richer in a poor country. In London, it must be very expensive. That's very expensive. But it's a very good house. Very expensive. Money is you are paid higher, but the salary goes to your bills. I understand what you are talking about. I really understand what you are talking about. So I hope you got, Mr. Thomas. I hope you got my number. If you are coming in, kindly subscribe to our channel. We are on a live chat from a country called Kenya, and we are welcoming you wherever you are watching us from. We are in Kenya, in East Africa. That's where we are. To those who are joining us, if you are new to our chat, feel welcome, and kindly remember to subscribe to our channel as we go further engaging and talking to each and every one of you from the village, 2,000 kilometers from Victoria Falls in the border of Zimbabwe and Zambia. We are 2,000 kilometers away from that place. That's, Mr. Thomas, we are that much far from Zambia and Zimbabwe. We are 7,500 miles from Washington, D.C., 9 hours flight from UK. That's where we are, the desert village near the equator line. So every one of you feel welcome to our channel from the village. I had hired a motorbike, and the rider did not know the way. We hit a bump, and it just fell. When you fall, here you have the rough roads. So we fell on a rocky place. So that's why you are seeing me twisting, because my left knee, you cannot stay for long without stretching your leg. That's why you are seeing me turning around, try to strain my leg. I was not the one who was riding the bike. It was at night. It was rainy. The road was very slippery. We hit like a stone, and we fell. I cannot stay long without straightening my leg so that it can come. I have to stay like that. So he was in a hurry. Here we hire motorbikes. The guy was in a very much hurry. I don't know. He was hurrying. He was going to get another client, and he never knew the way that we are going. I was directing him. So when we hit a stone, and we fell, yeah. So I hardly squat. Because it's a knee pain. I don't remember the name. The doctor's called. It's a kind of what do we call it? A fracture. They had a name, funny name. They called it. But no one is perfect. We appreciate everything, even when you get sick. Maybe there's a reason. Everything is taken positively. If you are new to us, kindly welcome so much. If you are new, subscribe to our channel. We are in Kenya. To those who are joining us, we are heading to 4:30 a.m. in our time. It's the morning here in Kenya, in Africa. We are in a country called Kenya. To those who are joining us, welcome to our channel. We might never meet with you. You might never come to Africa, but your subscription is so important to us. We appreciate it from wherever you're watching us, as we engage, as we make friends from a very remote village in this part of Africa, in Kenya to be particular. We are in Kenya, in East Africa. We live together with the pastoralist tribe. We live in the bushes, the desert village. We call it that's why we call ourselves Desert Channel. That's the people who we are. We are very happy with ourselves. We believe in being happy despite the weather. We believe not the weather, not the wealth that determines your happiness, your joy. The joy should be consistent, right from the village. Here around here, do you know even we have some chimpanzee around the village, around the park? They do exist. We have big monkeys, chimpanzee around our parks here. So, Mr. Thomas, when you come to Kenya, you'll see chimpanzee in the desert village. They are just around the park, near our park. I hope you got my number, Mr. Smith. Just in case you want to know more things about Africa, maybe one day you'll come and you're very much welcome to visit our village. And we are very much happy with our support we receive across the world, all over the world. People watch the Desert Channel. I understand, but every country, every continent has a blessing. You have a good advantage. And personally, I believe that you should be happy wherever you are born, wherever you are found. In fact, I hope one day you'll come to UK. Who knows? Though they are very strict with the visa, I understand. Like if you are from Africa, you have to be vetted, checked, which is a good thing, and I believe it's a good thing. Your passport. By the way, did you know the American and British passports are the most trusted passports in the world? For one, they are very much verified. Once you produce your passport, you just go through. And if you want to come to Kenya, by the way, you pay. I think the way I understand, you pay the visa on your arrival to the airport. JKI, you have no when you are tourists, there's no much restriction, no much vetting. I think if you have not changed, you pay your visa on your arrival to the airport. That's when you pay your visa. So you don't have to be so tiresome and full of fatigue proceedings. It's an island. In fact, it has a very good football team. An island around the West Africa. There, if you pass, I think Cameroon, and they speak Portuguese. Is it Portuguese? I understand they speak either Portuguese or French, or one of the languages. I don't remember exact. It has a very good team. Yeah, in fact, in the AFCON, you have visited there. Which language do they speak? I'm trying to remember, but I think they speak Portuguese. a very good football, just a very good football team. Exactly. You see, exactly. They speak Portuguese. You know, Portuguese, very few countries in Africa speak Portuguese. I think Cape Verde and Angola and Mozambique, only those. I don't know, I have no idea of any other country. Angola and is it Mozambique or is it Botswana? They speak Portuguese. They speak Portuguese. Yeah. Mr. Smith, I hope you have my number there because I want to sleep at least for 30 minutes so that I can wake. Actually, we wake up at this time. So I think I will not sleep. I'll just go on. If it's a food of desert, then I should come there. I should. You know, and I am an explorer, desert explorer. You see, I'm an explorer. So I think I should come there if it's okay. You know, I love to explore about deserts. So when I get blessed, I go around the deserts across the world. That's my object. That's my vision. My WhatsApp number, it has the profile. I think I not sleep. If right now if I go to sleep, I'll not get. I wake up at 9. But if I sleep right now, maybe I'll sleep after doing my morning work. My WhatsApp number is plus 254 670 plus 254 is the code of Kenya. Then 722 72723. You find a profile picture of a fruit. The fruits that are mostly used by people during the melonies, pumpkins, during the droughts. Those are kind of the food that we eat around the village. So I have appreciated your time to all of you who have watched us, especially Mr. Smith. You have been with me. What's the time? I know it's almost the same time in our country. To any of you who have watched us, well appreciated. And thank you so much, Thomas Smith, for joining us throughout. From heart, your time well appreciated. And all of those who have joined us from Kenya, from a remote village, we thank you so much. And I hope you have subscribed. Make sure you give us your subscription. Thank you so much for your time. Let me just end. Wow, it's 1:34 a.m. It's too late in your country, but to us, it's getting the morning, already in the morning. So thank you. Remember to subscribe to us, and we'd appreciate. So thank you so much. Let me just go and sleep 20 minutes, then I wake up. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you once again.